agencies, members of the diplomatic corps, our development partners, representatives of the civil society organizations, heads of security agencies present, senior officers and members of the Liberia National Police, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning again. I'm honored to welcome you all to this historic occasion marking the official launch of the Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026-2030, team professionalizing policing through partnership and community trust. Today represents more than the unveiling of a policy document. It signifies a renewed commitment by the Liberia National Police to strengthen its capacity, enhance public trust, and advance its mission of providing professional, accountable, and citizen-centered policing throughout our nation. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police, the men and women of the Liberia National Police, I extend sincere appreciation to all of our distinguished guests for honoring this invitation. Your presence here today reflects the collective importance we attach to peace, security, justice, and national development. The NNP extends profound gratitude to the government of Liberia for its steadfast commitment in strengthening the security sector and supporting the transformation of the Liberia National Police into a modern, effective, and responsive institution. I also extend warm appreciation to our development partners, members of the diplomatic community, civil society organizations, and all stakeholders whose continued support has contributed significantly to the progress and development of law enforcement in Liberia. Distinguished guests, the strategic plan we launched today is a product of extensive consultation, careful assessment, and thorough planning. It reflects the aspirations of the Liberia National Police and the expectations of the citizens we are sworn to serve and protect. The Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026-2030 provides a comprehensive roadmap for institutional transformation and organizational growth. It outlines clear priorities and strategies and strategic intervention designed to strengthen operational effectiveness and enhance professional development, deepen community engagement, modernize infrastructure and technology, improve resource management, and promote sustainable law enforcement practices. Ladies and gentlemen, the successful implementation of this strategic plan will require collective ownership and sustained collaboration. The vision contained in this document can only be realized through the continual support and partnership of government institutions, development partners, civil society organizations, local communities, and every member of the Liberia National Police. We acknowledge with deep appreciation the contributions of our international and regional partners and other cooperating partners whose technical support has helped strengthen institutional capacity and advance policing reforms in Liberia. The partnership remains invaluable as we embark on this new strategic journey. To the leadership and personnel of the Liberia National Police, the future envisioned in this document will depend largely on us. It is a collective work that we need to do in translating strategy into measurable outcome. Distinguished guests, today's launch is not the culmination of a process, but rather the beginning of a new chapter that seeks to strengthen the bond between the police and the people and to build a safer, more secure Liberia for present and future generations. As chairperson of this program, I am confident that the NNP Strategic Plan 2026-2030, which is aligned with the National Security Strategy, will serve as a guiding framework that advances institutional excellence and contribute meaningfully to national peace, security, and development. With these remarks, it is my distinct honor and privilege So welcome you all once again to officially commence the program marking the launch of the Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026-2030. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much to the Deputy Inspector General of Police for Administration. We'd like to say welcome to Honorable Sam Key. He's the Director of Executive Protection Service. You are welcome. We also see in the audience the Deputy OIC for Operation at the LDEA, ECP Patrick Kumasu. So you are welcome. We also see the Solicitor General, Consider Augustus Fire. So you are also welcome. Moswara County Anthony. So you are definitely welcome. The intern from the French Embassy is welcome. Hugo Oke, Country Manager, RDLO. Welcome, very strong. And to all others who have come to identify with the Liberia National Police as we launch this important document. At this point, we invite Assistant Commissioner of Police Tita Wilson, who will give us the overview of the strategic planning process in presentation of the Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026-2030.
Overview of the Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026-2030. Distinguished Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Ministers of Justice and Attorney General, Honorable Ministers, members of the legislature, heads of security institutions, members of the diplomatic corps, development partners, international partners, transitional and religious leaders, representatives of civil society, the private sector, officers of the Liberia National Police, ladies and gentlemen. The presentation of the Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026-2030 marks a defining milestone in the continued transformation of the Liberia National Police, developed through an inclusive and consultative process involving government institutions, police administrations and personnel, development partners, civil society, and communities across the country. This strategic plan provides the institutional framework that will guide the Liberia National Police over the next 5 years. The strategic plan responds to Liberia's evolving security environment and outlines a clear vision for strengthening professionalism, operational effectiveness, community trust, gender equality and inclusion, and the welfare and well-being of police personnel. It reflects the Liberia National Police commitment to modern, democratic, and people-centered policing, while supporting the government of Liberia's broader national security and development priorities. Recognizing that effective policing depends on a capable, motivated, and responsive framework, the plan places renewed emphasis on creating equal opportunities, enhancing work conditions, investing in the professionalism, development of all officers, and promoting the health, safety, and welfare of personnel across the institution. Today's launch is therefore more than the unveiling of a strategic document. It represents a renewed commitment to collaborative leadership, stronger partnership, and shared responsibility in building a safer and more secure Liberia. It also provides an opportunity for government, development partners, civil society, and the Liberian people to reaffirm their collective support for the successful implementation of this important national framework, including efforts to strengthen institutional capacity, advance gender-responsive policing, foster an inclusive framework, and improve the welfare of the men and women who serve in the Liberia National Police. As we look back on this new strategic journey, we reaffirm that policing is not only about enforcing the law, it is about earning the trust of the people. This strategic plan is our commitment to building a police service that stands with the communities it serves, protects the rights and dignities of every citizen, protects equality and inclusion within its ranks, supports the welfare and professional growth of its personnel, and works every day to make Liberia safer, stronger, and more safe for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ACP Collaboration. Let me recognize Anthony Converty Makawa. He comes from ITA. He's the Deputy Director General for Administration. You are welcome. At this point, we'll be taking remarks on security sector reform and partnership support. We'll invite the country manager from the RTLO for remarks.
Honorable IG, and first let me stand on protocols that have been established because I can't remember everybody who's here. Good morning, everybody, and please excuse my voice. Somehow got a cold last night. On behalf of the development partners, I want to extend my congratulations to the Liberia National Police and the government of Liberia for the vision on this occasion. As speaking as IDLO, we have been supporters of the National Police since 2016, and we have been a proud partner as well. And we have seen the strides that the organization, the institution has made over time. I remember in 2024, when this current administration took over the Liberia National Police, one of the things we commended was the fact that the previous strategic plan had not been put aside and a new one started. But it actually looked at what the gains were, what the gaps were, what the challenges were, and what needed to be addressed. IDLO was proud at that point to support that review and also look and work with the LMP at that time to see what the vision is. One of the key things that has resonated over time, has been repeated over time, is transforming from a force to a service, focusing on people, focusing on equity, and decentralization of services. I think this is very key and very important. I think this plan will outline that vision. And I think as well, it goes from the top down and also from the bottom up as well. My encouragement is that this is not seen as a plan that is just for the leadership of the LNP, but that every single police officer, regardless of where they're stationed, see their contribution to making this plan a reality. As a development partner, we do appreciate that there's a framework that we can look at and see where our supports and our interventions can plug into. So I really want to thank the team and the leadership of the Liberia National Police for the vision that has gone into it. On behalf of us all, I want to say we remain committed to seeing how we can support it. And I want to say again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. The remarks from the diplomatic corps will be done by the representative from the French embassy, remain present, who is an intern.
Once again, we'd like to reiterate congratulations. One, congratulations to the LMP for this presentation to us all. The French embassy has also been supporting the LMP in different ways. There has been some programs of language training, as you all know. The Liberia is surrounded by from neighbors, and so it's been a goal of ours to provide some training for police officers in order for them to understand and speak French and collaborate with their security partners at the border, as well as strengthen their policing at the border. Additionally, with the partnership with Côte d'Ivoire, with the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, we have been putting in place training for counterterrorism throughout all Africa. This kind of training is directed for all security forces in Africa, including Liberia. And we're proud to announce that this year there's been a few officers from LIS, from LNP, from NSA, who are able to attend this training in Abidjan, which is something that's really in our goal of capacity building towards the Liberian security forces, including the LNP. So once again, we'd like to reiterate our heartfelt congratulations to the LNP for their plan, which is that we're really looking forward to its implementation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We also have representative from the fire service in the LIS. We say welcome. Thanks for coming. This document was formulated on a broad-based consultation with various stakeholders, to include international partners and civil society. So at this point, we invite, if we do have a representative of the civil society organization, for a remark. Do we have any representative? Probably they're on the way. At this point, we'll take a very special remark from the Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia, who is representing the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia. Councilor Augustine Fire, you are welcome to the podium.
Honorable Aji and your team, officials of government, and members of the civil society, our international partners, and all those who have made the program a success. I say good morning to you all. The Minister of Justice and the Attorney General would have loved to be at this program. But in life, there are some pressing, sometimes family pressures, other things that make certain things very difficult for you to attend at a particular point in time. So he has ordered me to be here, and he reminded me to tell you that he is here in spirit. And so please feel his presence as if he is here. Having said that, distinguished guests, members of the Liberia National Police, valuable partners in progress, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor as we recognize the Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026-2030. This plan is more than a document, more than a legal document. It is a roadmap for building a professional, accountable, and people-centered police service. As we move forward, let all remain committed to strengthening public trust, respecting the rule of law, which is the pillar of this government, enhancing the capacity of our officers, and working closely with our community to keep Liberia safe and secure. Together, through dedicated integrity and partnership, we can build a safe nation where every citizen enjoys peace, security, and justice. Let me say to you that when we say blueprint or the strategic plan, it encapsulates the difficulty that we face. It have captured all the roadmap that is needed for responsible and functional policing. This would not have been possible without all of you contribution. Civil society, international partner, all of you who are members of the law enforcement. We say to you that when these kind of plans are made, it is the first step. The next is to make sure that we follow it logically so that everything can be implemented. Because when the plans are made, they are challenging. And we may come to you when they are challenging to disentangle and entangle in making sure that whatever we thought to be implemented for the good of our society is adhered to. Let me say, on behalf of the Attorney General of Liberia, I want to say thank you for the plan. The Inspector General, thank you. I think this is worthwhile. We hope that will be by you to make sure that the plan is properly carried to the letter. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much. At this point, we'll take an interlude of music from the band. Thank you, Orchestra. Thank you so much. At this point, we'll take remarks from the security sector. We have the LTE, we have the EPS, we have LIS, and we do have the fire service. Remarks from either of the institution or any of the institution.
Good morning. All protocols there is sustained. I would like to congratulate the Liberia National Police for such a milestone. This document serves as a tool for work to ensure that the Liberia National Police achieve the objective for which the institution was created. And the implementation of this document squarely lies on the political will. And so it is our ardent hope and prayer that this document will be supported, and the institution will take ownership. The gallant men and women of the institution, Liberia National Police, our partners going to give us the support to ensure that this document is being fully implemented so as to strengthen public safety and build a professional Liberia National Police, which is on path already. And so we say thank you, Honorable Inspector General Police and team, for such a unique undertaking. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Patrick Kumazu. And my takeaway from his remark has to do with us taking ownership of the document. This document is not for the sheriff. We have to implement it. And if it is to be successful, if we have to help the current administration to roll out this document, it behooves all of us in uniform to take the lead. And I'll pray that all officers try to get a copy of the strategic plan and see what the document is talking about in terms of how the police department will move in the next 4 years. At this point in time, will you all stand to welcome the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police for the launch of this document and the keynote address. Proxy of the Minister of Justice and Attorney General, Honorable Solicitor General, heads of ATM President, the Director of the Executive Protective Service, members of the Diplomatic Corps, development partners, traditional and religious leaders, if any, civil society representatives, members of the media, distinguished officers of the Liberia National Police, fellow Liberians, good morning. Today is a renewal of a national promise. A promise that the people of Liberia deserve safety without fear. A promise that justice must be fair, timely, and accessible. A promise that policing must be professional, accountable, humane, and centered on the people. A promise that ultimately brings service alive in law enforcement. The Liberia National Police Strategic Plan of 2026 to 2030 is our roadmap to that promise. For too long, many citizens have looked at policing through the lens of frustration, delay, mistrust, and unmet expectations. We hear those, but with a structured path for reform, service, and measurable progress. The plan places the Liberian people at the center of policing, speaking to the unflinching desire of the mother who wants safe streets for her children, the market woman who wants to do business without fear or harassment or theft, the young person who wants opportunity instead of crime, the community that wants peace before conflict grows, and every citizen who wants dignity interacting with law enforcement. The true measure of policing is not force. It is trust. It is not fear. It is legitimacy. It is not power, but rather service. That is why this plan is built on 3 pillars: strong laws and policies, stronger accountability, and stronger operational effectiveness. No police institution can transform in isolation. Success requires an ecosystem of support. First, we need support for the men and women who wear the uniform. An officer asked to protect society must not be abandoned by the very society. An officer asked to respond with discipline must be equipped with training and also respected. An officer asked to uphold calm under pressure must have mental wellness support. An officer asked to resist corruption must be paid fairly and treated with equity. And most importantly, dignity. We cannot demand world-class policing from unsupported officers. Therefore, this plan prioritizes welfare, housing, healthcare, training, family support, career progression, and professional pride. Because when officers are strengthened, service improves. When morale rises, misconduct falls. When dignity is restored internally, respect is delivered externally. Second, this plan requires budgetary reform cannot be financed by speeches. Professional policing requires significant investment. We need stations that function, vehicles that move, communications that connect, technologies that modernize investigations, training, academies that produce excellence, forensic that strengthens justice, and resources that reach every county in the Republic of Liberia. I respectfully call on the government, the legislature, partners and friends of Liberia. Support this plan not only in principle, but in appropriation and execution. Every dollar invested in credible policing is an investment in peace, commerce, tourism, education, jobs, societal happiness, and overall national development. Third, we need citizens' cooperation. The police and the public must not stand apart. We have to stand together as one to succeed. Security is strongest when communities report crime, when they share information, when they reject violence, protect public property, and work with law enforcement institutions. We ask citizens to hold us accountable, yes, but also partner with us. Report wrongdoing, reject mob justice, respect lawful orders, protect evidence, guide our reforms with your feedback. Help us build neighborhoods where prevention becomes stronger than reaction. To our youth, Liberia needs your energy in nation building and not in destruction. To our women, your leadership and voice are indispensable to safer communities. To civil society, continue to challenge us, but we ask that you collaborate with us. To the media, inform responsibly and help bridge trust through truth. To every police officer listening today, this plan belongs to you. but it also demands from you. It demands discipline, it demands integrity, it demands courtesy, it demands courage, and it demands that you remember every interaction with any citizen is an opportunity to shape the integrity and reputation of the very institution you serve. Wear your badge with honor, wear it with humility, exercise authority with restraint, and serve distinctly. My fellow Liberians, hope is not built on slogans. Hope is built when citizens see change, when response times improve, when misconduct is punished, when communities feel safer, when women and children are protected, when roads are orderly, when justice is pursued professionally, when police become trusted and not distant figures. This is the Liberia we see. This is the Liberia we are building together. History records that English women who choose reform over resignation, partnership over division, professionalism over disorder, and hope over cynicism. The road ahead will require a lot of patience, discipline, resources, and courage. If government support, officers commit, and citizens cooperate, then this strategic plan will not just remain a document, it will be tangible progress. May God bless the Liberia National Police, may God bless the Republic of Liberia, and may God save us all. At this point in time, the Vice President had to travel quickly, so he's not here for the unveiling. So I will ask one of our key partners who have worked with us, IDLO, and the Deputy Inspector Generals to join me in unveiling the strategic plan, presenting the first copy. Please, Hugo.
At this moment, I'm proud to officially unveil the Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026 to 2030.
And on behalf of the Attorney General of Liberia and the Minister of Justice, we declare this August a very interesting program officially launched.
Thanks to all of our partners for joining the Inspector General and his deputies for the unveiling of this important document. From what you just witnessed, few minutes ago, it means that the plan is into full swing, very active and very official. Let us run with it because it is a vision that needs to be executed and executed to the letter. At this point in time, I will invite to the podium the Commissioner for Administration for a vote of thanks. Commissioner Ibrahim Dilan.
Good morning to all. The Honorable Representative of the Minister of Justice, the Honorable Director of the EPS, Honorable Solicitor General of the Policy Management Board, distinguished guests, members of the Liberia National Police, all other well-wishers. On behalf of the Inspector General and the Liberia National Police, I would like to thank you all for availing your time today to share this moment with us in the launching of the Liberia National Police Strategic Plan 2026-2030. We are especially grateful to you for this because this is a milestone for the LMP. Your commitment to strengthen policing, enhancing public safety, and advancing institutional reform inspires us to work diligently toward the successful implementation of this strategic plan. In view of this, we want to say thank you for your valuable support, your confidence in the Liberia National Police, and your presence here. We look forward to your continued partnership as we build a safer and more secure Liberia. Thank you again, and may God bless the Liberia National Police, and may God bless the Republic of Liberia. Thank you.
Okay, so it's now time for group photo. We invite the partners to join the Inspector General and his deputies for the first set of photo. And then the second set of photo will involve all uniform officers and other guests here.